Well, it's official. We can say for sure Hunter Labrada is going to the Mr. Olympia event. Is it any wonder? We will, of course, take a look at a wrap up of the Pro Muscle Pro, or the Pro Muscle Italy, what have you, tomorrow. But for now, we're going to take a look at Hunter Labrada and his Pro Show winning version at that Pro Muscle. What a name, Pro Muscle Pro, they called it. Versus Nick Walker. What an interesting prospect this is. You got to think, guys, just a few years back, Hunter Labrada beat Nick Walker on the Olympia stage. So I think it's possible that it could happen again. I'm sure most of the people are betting on Nick Walker to get a better placing, but here at the New York Pro, maybe not his best version. I would say it's a pretty good version, but not Nick at his best. Now, what about Hunter Labrada? Well, let's go through these poses one by one, and I will, as per usual, give you my honest opinion on who I think will win. This is exciting. This is exciting. Two guys heading into the Olympia. Wow, Hunter, his physique he's got a good physique compared to Nick Walker. His midsection, a little bit smaller. V-taper, his lats are a little bit higher. They're higher. Look a little broader. And speaking of broad, he is one big dude. All the way a big dude. Nick Walker, he most certainly has an edge in the arm department. And also, he has an edge in the separation, the wheels, conditioning. Hunter has some massive big quads. Sizing a little bit of an issue. Now, here's how they sized up at the Olympia, guys. No fooling. Hunter, he looks a lot bigger, but look at Nick's legs. He is bending at the wheels, at the knees, at the wheels. Bending at the knees quite a bit, so here's how I figure they would size up. Nick holding his legs a little bit straighter. I would generally go with Nick Walker, without question, without hesitation, in this shot. More about the conditioning. I mean, look at the legs, guys. Is it just me, or is Hunter not smooth monsoon by any stretch of the imagination, by any means, but compared to Nick, kind of. Go to the next shot here, and I can hear you guys now. But Mark's Max Muscle, it is a waste of time. Nick cannot win a front lat spread. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Mooney, if you actually take a look at these two physiques, gorilla, you can plainly see that it is a matchup. It is a battle. Hunter Labrada, he looks like a pancake you tried to flip, but it didn't go all the way and went halfways, and it's just a mess, is what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to sing. It's just not a very becoming pose of him. And you look at the lower half, his legs are still massive. He's wide up top, but it's just, you look at Nick's actually favorable. Not even joking. To be honest with you, Diane, I think this is actually a better pose. And when you look at the conditioning, I mean, come on. More polish, more sheen. I don't know, guys. Here's the turn to the side chest development. And initially, I thought this was going to be Hunter Labrada's year. But here at this Pro Muscle Pro, when you compare him to the New York Pro Nick Walker, just doesn't seem to have that same type of conditioning, that same polish. Polish is what I should have said. But he sure is thick. He sure is big. I think if he get a little bit more conditioned, I think he would show that he could defeat Nick Walker in the side chest. But of course, Nick get bigger too. Look at Nick's forearm. Huh? Ever notice the forearm in this pose? Excellent. So yes, Hunter he's big dude, but not in the conditioning of Nick Walker. Here's the next side shot, the side tricep. And I think this is going to be a battle come Olympia time. In particular, in this pose here, Nick Walker looks great. The angle might not be the best. It's not the best quality of picture. Hunter's looks pretty good. Hunter's midsection looks pretty good, actually. I was expecting him to be a little bit more conditioned in that area, a little bit more separated in the abs, things of that nature, but he wasn't. But hey, he's dialing it in for the Olympia. So maybe, let us hope he gets in a little bit better condition because he is big. Hunter is big. He's a huge, big dude. Go to the back. Go to the back. Now there's only so much time in the day. There's only so many of these days. Tick tock, macho man. Heading into the Olympia, so there's only so much more conditioned that Hunter Labrada can be. And I just don't think there would be time. If Nick brings this condition right here, maybe more size, whatever he's going to do, even if he brings this exact same condition, I don't see Nick Walker losing to Hunter Labrada. I don't see him, even if you give him that front lat. Take it. Take it back. Do-do-do-do. Take it back. Doesn't matter. Nick Walker beats him condition and the back itself. Not a fan. Hunter Labrada, the video footage, things of that nature, he looked pretty good. But the still photos, you take the time to look, and I think Nick Walker's back might be a little bit better. I think it is better. Let's face it. Here's the rear double by. Meow, see. Hunter actually looks pretty good here. You look at the Christmas tree. He doesn't have the V taper, that perfect V that Nick Walker possesses. It is impressive. Doesn't have that from the front, but from the back, he is pretty good. Structurally, he looks better than Hunter, but flip them around and it's the opposite. Now, again, the condition, I have to point to the glutes, hamstrings, even the things of that nature. Hunter's arms are big, full big delts, but Nick Walker has that excellent pointy kind. They are pointy, fellas. And ever since Arnold Schwarzenegger, he hit the market in the 60s, and I went through the 70s with my pointy peaks. Everybody, they all just fell in love with these big peaks. They say they don't want them that big, but they do. They do. Here's the abs and thigh. Foolishness. Now, if Hunter had a great abs and thigh, I would give it to him. Does he? You guys can answer that question at home. You could say it. Say it out loud. Say it. It's the opposite of yes. No, he does not have a great abs and thigh. He's a great bodybuilder, but this is just not a great pose. Nick Walker, I was always defending his abs and thigh. Always do. And if he does nail the midsection, I've seen it before. It looked pretty good. Here at the New York Pro, it's probably beating Hunter. And that's it, guys. That's it. You got to make your decision on that. I think that Hunter Labrada looks like he's, and I don't want to say the word guest posing. But it looks like he has a gleam in his eye of a guest posing type physique. I think he didn't do anything different for his prep. I think he was just heading into the Olympia, and this is just the amount of time that we have till that show. So we brought that package, and it was more than enough to beat Andreas Munzer. Andrea Presti. Sorry, Andreas Munzer. So having said that, it was enough to win this show, going to the Olympia, and get more shredded, more peeled, more diced. Can Nick bring a more conditioned package than to the New York? I think he should bring a little bit more size, to be honest. I think his conditioning was spot on. Shape of the midsection. Just take away the size in the midsection, put it on the delts. That's all you really have to do if you want my advice. Take the size where you don't want it and put it on. Play the squeeze play. Squeeze it and it'll pop it down into the quads and squeeze play like on Price is Right. Bob Barker. Squeeze play. No? Anyway. Kind of like the bump game. So yeah, using these two versions, I would have no choice but to give it to Nick Walker, but Hunter Labrada shows a size and just thickness. It looks like a Lego action figure. One of those little Lego men. They're just thick, which is actually they kind of both do. No disrespect meant to either of these guys, but they're just so thick. And Hunter, when you look at it that way, if he does dial it in a little bit more, he does have the key to defeat Nick Walker on the Olympia stage. Let's face it, guys. He did before. He did before. And if he did before, he can do it again. Because the judges like his physique, apparently. Must be the calves. For the first time. Must be the calves. Now, Walker has some good calves, too. Let me know in the comment section below who won this one, first of all. I think Walker won this one. And who will place higher at the Olympia? That could be a different story. Lighting has to be mentioned. Lighting is different. Different auditoriums. Different lighting. I'll let you know who I think is going to win in my prediction video. It's coming up soon. Fairly soon, anyway. Have a great one, guys.